Be seated, everybody.
Dude, this guy breast, man.
Son of currently serving the state
You
in
may
the
be
spent
seated.
trial.
I like when I scratch my ass better.
Okay.
Yeah, Web, you're on shout, dude.
Fuck
Do
Tyson.
I do?
Quiet in the courtroom, please. Okay. Are both parties ready, Mr. Officer Santana?
Where's our bailiff?
There was no bailiff, apparently. So,
Yeah,
just
I
come
mean-
out here on my own. I was waiting for one, but don't want to waste time for everybody. Can everybody
Yo,
hear me?
court's in session, though. Y'all gotta join the Discordia and the DLJ, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are
Basically, just
both
have to
are both
keep an eye
parties
on
ready?
Mr. Johnson. So.
We
Yeah,
are
I'm
Miss
ready.
Nolans.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so for the gallery, this
Stand
case
around.
is involving Mr. Johnson versus the state. Um, we are going over whether or not Mr. Johnson was involved in a Bobcat robbery and whether or not he could be identified. And there are a list of charges to go through, but I will allow the state to go through them once they are called upon, and I will have Mr. Bailey also do any rebuttals or any arguments once we move forward with this. So, Officer Santana, if you'd like to start off with any opening remarks that you'd like to make for the court.
Yeah, so, Mr. Johnson, the reason for this bench trial regarding Tex Johnson is more so his involvement in a Bobcat robbery that took place a couple weeks ago. His vehicle was found outside of the robbery. We ran the plate, which ran back to his name. So this more so a warrant for questioning. And then once we had a a court hearing with Mr. Johnson and his attorney, we got more information trying to figure out his involvement regarding if he was there or if he was not. Um, Mr. Johnson stated that he was not at the scene of the robbery, but on scene, myself called his phone 3 times. And there's a suspect inside who picked up all 3 times as I called. Um, and once Mr. Johnson came to the court hearing, we asked him if he picked up the phone. He said no. He stated that he was at his grandmother's house eating food, and that he left his phone inside of his vehicle, but his vehicle was searched and no phone was found. And then he stated that he got a new SIM card, which would not correlate to having a new cell phone because I called his phone and it does not transfer SIM cards. So this hearing is to determine if Mr. Johnson is guilty regarding that robbery.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Bailey, do you have any opening remarks that you would like to make?
Yes, ma'am.
You can step up and provide them to the court.
My client, Mr. Johnson, was at his grandmother's that night of the event, eating McDonald's, chicken nuggets, and mac and cheese that she has made. He was never at the scene or near the scene of the night of the event, so he cannot be committed of these criminal activities. And that's it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Bailey. Okay, we can move on. Thank you for the opening statements from both parties. We can now move on to any form of discovery, such as any witnesses or any evidence that is involved with this incident. Officer Santana, do you have any evidence that has been provided to the court that can be presented at this time?
Yes, I have a body cam footage taken from one of the deputies on scene. Um, it displays myself calling this Mr. Johnson's cell phone, and it displays the suspect inside of the Bobcat picking up the phone call all three times. Um, Also, 202 Stefan was inside of the
Excuse me.
robbery.
Sorry. Who was whistling in the back?
Stop
Sir,
listening, man.
sir, is there a problem? Okay, sorry. Continue.
That's okay. As I was saying, 202 Stefan was inside the building and heard the phone call ring all three times, which I did. And then that is you'll see from the body cam footage, the suspect also pulling out a firearm. It's unknown what kind of firearm, but it looks to appear to be a pistol.
Are you able to share that with the court right now?
I can, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Bailiff, can you escort this gentleman outside, please, in the white vest?
We can do better. If I
Yeah.
hear any further disturbances, you will be held in contempt.
Okay,
So,
that sounds good. Can you hear audio from this?
one moment. Uh, can you play
I can't.
just no, I think the way you might have to share it a different way. Uh
You actually scare the full screen of it on your Discord.
What?
Can you hear it now?
You're still sharing your Discord.
I shared my screen previously.
Go open the link and then just stream the metal. Yeah, exactly. Pipe down.
okay.
Alright, sorry about that.
It should that's okay. It should
Call
work
it,
now.
call it.
Yep, now it's working.
So you can see in the body cam captured is by Deputy Briss. You can see myself on the cell phone here, and 202 is inside speaking with the hostage takers.
Okay.
Hung up.
Oh yeah.
So the suspect is currently on the right here, but you can see him in a moment step into the frame.
He's in there.
Here's him displaying the firearm.
Yeah. I can hear his phone going off. It's going off.
All right, they're leaving now. It's skull mask and the fucking construction hat. Hey, from.
And that's the clip that we have provided there.
Okay. Is there any other video evidence that
No,
pertains to
that's the
this?
only body cam provided.
Okay. All right. Mr. Bailey, do you have anything that you would like to present to the court at this time?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do we have any people that would like to be that either party would like to question on the stand at this time about the events or any sort of any evidence that we've gone over so far? Officer Santana.
For questioning or just regarding the
For
regarding the
for
body
for
cam?
for questions, if you'd like to question a witness, if you'd like to call one to the stand.
A witness, no. Can I call Mr. Johnson or no?
You
I
can
do have some questions I'd like to ask him.
you can call Mr. Johnson.
All right, I'd like to call Mr. Tex Johnson to the stand, please.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you can sit to my left.
All right, Mr. Johnson. So we had a court hearing with yourself, your attorney, Mr. Bailey, Amber Nullins, and defense attorney, I believe, EXO and Harvey a couple days ago regarding questioning for this event. We were questioning your whereabouts on that evening of the Bobcat robbery. You stated that you did not place a report in for your car being stolen and your phone being stolen. Um, but you also said that your car or your phone may have been left in your vehicle. Is this true?
Yes.
Okay. So, to my beliefs, you were that suspect at the Bobcat robbery. And that's the fourth suspect who got away, who got into another vehicle and fled. Um, that was about 5 minutes after the robbery occurred. Right after the suspect fled, we lost eyes. I called your cell phone. That's approximately 5 to 8 minutes after the Bobcat robbery occurred, and you stated that you were at your grandmother's house eating chicken nuggets, McDonald's, and macaroni and cheese. Correct?
Yes. But I would also like to recall that I was the one that called you back. You didn't make a fourth phone call.
I called you at the station. I called you down on the cells at the station, and I asked your whereabouts regarding if you're at the Bobcat robbery or not.
I thought I called you to ask who this was and figure out what was going on.
Negative. I have phone records proving that I called you fourth time. Regardless, I did call you, but regardless, you stated that you're at your grandmother's house eating food, correct?
Yes.
So, to your statements being that your phone was left in your vehicle, how in that 10 minutes time, if you're at your grandmother's house, did you obtain your phone at your grandmother's house?
I have multiple cell phones,
Correct, but there's only one SIM card tied to your phone number.
but you can actually did the research and you can have multiple SIM cards and multiple phones with the same number.
But there was also no cell phone found inside the vehicle.
Oh, why would there be a cell phone found inside the vehicle if somebody was using it in what you're saying is somebody was using it inside of Bobcat. So why would there ever be a cell phone inside the vehicle if y'all searched it?
Mr. Johnson, this isn't a back and forth. If you have any questions you'd like to ask, you can speak to a witness. But you answer the questions that Officer Santana is asking you.
Okay, well, he needs to be more clear on the questions he's asking because I was giving him the answers.
That's fine. So, you're stating that you have multiple SIM cards tied to your phone. So you're stating if I call your cell phone, that means that I could be calling 3 different cell phones at once, correct?
Yes, but all of them are normally in my possession unless I've left them somewhere.
Okay. So you're stating that your cell phone was stolen in place and that the suspect stole it and used it at the Bobcat robbery, correct?
I'm not saying that it was used in the Bobcat robbery or anything else.
Well,
Judge, I don't know how to
well,
answer this. I don't know how to answer this question actually, is because in the clip of the evidence that they have, right, there is no individual picking up a cell phone or answering a cell phone in that matter. And he said that the individual answered the phone 3 times.
you can hear the audio of your phone ringing.
But
Officer
with
Santana,
that being said,
if you'd like to restate your question just to make it more
That's
clear
fine.
for Mr. Johnson.
How do I say this? So I called your cell phone at the robbery. So you're stating that wasn't yourself, that was a stolen phone, correct? With one of your SIM cards that you own.
I'm saying that I was not at the robbery, so I don't know who you were calling.
Okay. That's all the questions I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Bailey, would you like to ask your client any questions at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Johnson, do you have anything you'd like to say to me?
No, I believe we're on the right track right now.
All right, you can take a seat then. So there obviously is a list. Officer Santana, can you
Hey, fuck Noah.
Who said that?
I'm not quite sure, Your Honor.
Officer Santana, can you please go over a list of charges that that is being requested at this time? I have a list here, but just in case there was something I may have missed, because I
Yep.
know the district attorney went over a few of them, but I just want to make sure that I have everything written down.
Yeah, so if Mr. Johnson's to be found guilty, the charges are armed robbery, kidnapping, 1 count of brandishing a deadly weapon, resisting arrest, and obstruction of government administration.
Okay.
I'm not too sure on the obstruction of government administration.
Okay.
Sorry, before I was interrupted, I believe Harvey added the obstruction of government administration. He didn't go over that with me, but in the original warrant request incident I put in, it was the first 4 charges I stated.
Okay. Mr. Bailey, do you have anything that you'd like to add? Any arguments that you would like to pose to the court at this time from what the Mr. Johnson has been answering from Officer Santana's questions, or anything?
What is that again, Honor? I'm sorry.
That's fine. I was asking if you have any arguments that you'd like to make based on the evidence that's been provided so far and the testimony that's been provided.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
Okay. So, giving all the evidence here, we're going to take a brief 5-minute recess. I will look over all the evidence and testimony that has been provided at this time, and we will reconvene. Who did that? Who did that?
I'll deal with it, Your Honor.
I want to know who it is, because
I
it's
believe
been...
it's one of my officers upstairs.
If it is, bring him to me right now, if you know who it is.
I don't know who it is, but it was upstairs.
Can anyone tell me who that
you in
was?
trouble. It was Officer Noah.
Yep. I saw him there.
We'll discuss this after the trial. We'll take a 5-minute recess. So I'll let everybody know when we reconvene.
You're free.
Okay, let's look over
What's up, brother?
the evidence.
No, they're taking a 5-minute recess.
Shit, what's going on, brother?
Be sure to mute here. Thank you. Okay. So he said that he didn't answer his phone 3 times. So I realized that he... Let's look at this here. Gotta find it again. Okay, so...
Call it.
Hung up.
Oh yeah. He's in.
Spam call it.
He's in there. Yeah. I can hear his phone going off. It's going off.
Alright, they're leaving now. It's skull mask. Skull mask in the fucking construction hat.
I don't see it at all.
Yeah. I can hear his phone going off. It's going off.
Alright, they're leaving now. It's skull mask.
Hung up.
Oh yeah. He's in.
Spam call it.
Hung up.
Oh yeah. He's in.
Spam call it.
He's in there. Yeah. I can hear his phone going off. It's going off.
Alright, they're leaving now. It's skull mask. Skull mask in the fucking construction hat.
I could have sworn there was something in there that. No. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Hung up.
Oh yeah,
Do
he's
it
in.
again. Spam call it. Spam call it.
He's in there. Yeah, yeah, I can hear his phone going off. One of the,
I'm looking at like.
Hung up.
call it, call it.
Hung up.
Oh yeah,
Do
he's
it
in.
again. Spam call it. Spam call it.
He's in there.
I don't see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I can.
I seriously don't see it. I don't. Okay. So I honestly don't see it in that footage, so I don't. I mean, I'll keep looking at it. I'll look even closer if I can, but I swear I don't see it in there.
Call it, call it.
Hung up.
Oh yeah,
Do
he's
it
in.
again. Spam call it. Spam call it.
He's in there. Yeah, yeah, I can hear his phone going off. One of the, it's going off.
All right, they're leaving now. It's
I nope.
skull mask in the fucking.
No, I don't. I don't see it. All right. Has it been 5 minutes? I don't think it has been. Oh wait, I'll give it another minute. If everyone would like to start to reconvene back in the courtroom, we can conclude the trial. Thank you. All right, is this everyone? Are we ready to conclude this?
Yeah, if there's people outside telling me to come in or they're not going to be allowed back in, and give them a minute and just lock the door.
Officer Santana, were you able to find whoever made that noise earlier before we went to recess?
No, I wasn't, but I spoke to all the LAO personnel in the building.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I have... Is everything okay back there? What's up? We have a disturbance in the gallery. Oh, they ran out into the
Oh
lobby.
my gosh.
Let's get them out.
Yeah, if someone can take care of that, I would appreciate that. Um, so hopefully with no more disturbances. So I have reviewed the footage. I have also taken a close consideration with the testimony. I've looked over the footage several times, several times during the recess, and I could not find at any point in time where any individual within the Bobcat, from what I could see, picked up their phone. If there was somebody that may have seen it, another officer, and if there was the opportunity to bring them up as a witness, then that would be different. But since I couldn't see or understand where I would be looking for a person to pick up their phone, I can't determine whether or not Mr. Johnson was actually at the Bobcat scene. Now, do I believe that Mr. Johnson was at his grandmother's house eating mac and cheese and McDonald's and whatever was listed there? Most likely not, but based on the evidence here, I cannot determine whether or not he was actually at Bobcat or not. So all these charges that have been listed at this time, there cannot be anything that would hold him liable for any of it. So my ruling is that he is found not guilty of all these charges listed. Do both parties have a comment that they would like to make before I continue?
No, I respect your decision, Judge.
Okay.
Unfortunately, just with the circumstances with Mr. Lit and Mr. EXO not
Yes.
being able to be here, kind of.
I know. Yeah, Mr. Lit's circumstance with a loved one, that I understood. I hope that something like this next time something doesn't pop up, and we could be a little more organized. It's not anybody's fault. It's some things like this just happen. But
I agree.
But my ruling is that he's found not guilty. So court is now adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.